United Kingdom, James Dixon!
Of life left in him yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now, welcome to the gold corner from Russia, the champion, Albert Batyrgaziev.
Albert Batyrgaziev, I think it's fair to say, a little bit of a chosen one when it comes to IBA boxing, because he's been an IBA boxer in various shows for a long time now. An Olympic gold medalist in Tokyo at featherweight. I saw him box outdoors in the Rixos last year against John O'Carroll. And after a little bit of an interesting start, shall we say, he turned in a very good performance that night. There are some frailties there. He's touched down 3 times in his career so far. He has a tendency to go all-out attack and walk onto the odd shot that he doesn't really see.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's a very good
2
technician.
national anthems for the boxers. And first, national anthem of England. And now, national anthem of the Russian Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Soyuz Promotion, IBA Pro with the support of the International Boxing Association, proud to present the main event of the evening. ABA Champions Night. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA World Interim and IBA Pro Diamond Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by World Boxing Association President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza and IBA President Umar Kremlov. Supervisor, WBA from Spain, Carlos Chavez. Supervisor, IBA Pro from Russia, Maxim Chertykovtsev. 3 judges at ringside scoring this main event, championship bout. From Panama, Octavio Rodriguez. From France, Stéphane Nicole. From Italy, Luigi Boscarelli, your timekeeper. From Turkmenistan, Serdar Hamraev. And while the bell rings, your referee in charge, from Panama, Gustavo Patilla. Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and the millions boxing fans around the world, live from Turkey, the main event of the evening championship bout.
Fighting out of the black corner, 34 years old, 165 centimeters tall, 58.8 kilograms, with 34 wins, 5 losses, 14 KOs. From the United Kingdom, representing legendary Golden Ring Club Dubai, the challenger, James Dixon!
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the gold corner, the champion, wearing black tonight. He's 27 years old, standing 169 centimeters tall, weighing 58.8 kilograms. His professional record, 12 victories, no losses, 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Tokyo Olympic Games champion and the reigning and defending undefeated WBA Interim and IBA Pro Super featherweight champion of the world, representing Nizhny Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Albert Batyrgaziev.
Okay, gentlemen, don't forget my instruction, okay? Chuck the glove and good luck. Chuck the glove.
So we're set for 12 rounds here for the IBA World and WBA Interim Super Featherweight titles. Batyrgaziev won that WBA Interim in that fight I mentioned against John O'Carroll, where he was put down early on. It wasn't given by the referee, but he did touch down. And then he picked up the IBA Pro title in Moscow in March against Neri Romero, a fight in which he did have some problems, as I mentioned, on the ring walk. In the 3rd round, he touched down a couple of times, very nearly a 3rd time. He was banging trouble, but he kept coming forward. And then in the 4th round, put his opponent down, started the round really, really strong, then had a point immediately deducted for hitting him when he was down. So it was certainly a very eventful start to the fight. He ran out a clear winner on the cards. But we've got a southpaw up against a southpaw here. And you would say that Dickens is the toughest test of Batyrgaziev's pro career so far when you look at where he's been, who he's been in with, and some of the notable wins that he has had. Batyrgaziev, of course, with the terrific pedigree of an Olympic gold medal, and he does have some serious backing, but I do think, and have done right since it was made, that this could be a very interesting fight.
Absolutely. Jazza Dickens is one of those guys that's sort of been there, seen it, done it, been around, coming off a good victory over Zelva Barrett last time out. And this is going to be the toughest test by far for Batyrgaziev. It's going to be a very tough night for him. He is an Olympic champion, but as you said there, Andy, he has been on the floor a couple of times. And if anyone will expose that, that is Jazza Dickens.
Looking for that big overhand left there, Batyrgaziev. And one thing that he does have is ridiculously long levers. It's something that makes people suited to be a fighter, but the wingspan on him is quite ridiculous, to be honest. He's got wide shoulders, but he's got decent balance and nice
poise about him, but in Dickens, he's up against a decent technician who just got inside there for the second time and managed to get that right hook off.
Yeah, good start here from Dickens, who's controlling that centre of the ring well, and he's found the range with his jab early here. Good head movement as well, and he'll be very pleased with his start at the moment, Dickens.
Batyrgaziev just looking to take one to the body there. Long left hand looking for that rib cage.
Working well again off the jab there, Dickens. Doubling up, trebling up on that shot. Batyrgaziev is got to get off first with his shots here. He's stalking forward, but he's not really throwing anything from any sort of significance, and the eye-catching stuff here coming from Dickens.
There was a good solid jab from Dickens. He's been nice and busy though, Batyrgaziev, in this opening round. They both have, just circling around each other, centering, and then Dickens just looking for that left arm over the top himself, just rolling it out like a javelin. Threatening to do the same thing again. The bell goes at the end of a good first round.
Yep, solid round there from Dickens, who got off with the shots well. He established the jab, took centre of the ring. Batyrgaziev was a guy that needed to get off with his shots first. He was spending too much time looking at Dickens, and Dickens made him pay for that. For me, won that opening round, won it quite comfortably. Behind that jab, doubling up, controlling the space. Good start there from the Englishman.
And he's got Albert Batyrgaziev in his corner there, Dickens, which is interesting because he called the John O'Carroll against Batyrgaziev in Serpukhov last year, and he will have learned a lot. Carroll came out of the gate really quick in that fight. The noises he was making before the fight was he wanted to drag him into deep waters, this Olympian, this untested golden boy, and see if he could swim. And that's the approach he took, and he did make some inroads early on, but then as the fight progressed, he got picked off and broken down. And in the end, it was a good win for Batyrgaziev, but Albert Batyrgaziev had an extremely good view of that. So into round two, Batyrgaziev in the black, Dickens in the red and black.
Batyrgaziev needs to get off first with that jab. He needs to start establishing something now, because Dickens is in the comfort zone. He's holding the ground there. That's where he likes to be. The size looks to be with Dickens as well. He looks sort of weight division bigger up there in there at the moment, doesn't he? And Batyrgaziev will struggle with that in the later rounds, I would imagine.
Right hand just got through there from Dickens. Batyrgaziev just trying to lance with that long lead right hand, trying to use that jab, and then turn that left hand over slightly. He didn't really get close enough.
Good defence there from Batyrgaziev, keeping the hands up well. Dickens trying to create that opening, trying to find something. Batyrgaziev now trying to punch, match him for punch output there as well.
Dickens doing a good job of getting nice and low, trying to throw that left hand underneath. Batyrgaziev trying to just fire out that straight 1-2, then looks for the left hand into the body himself. Good jab there from Dickens, just caused Batyrgaziev to be knocked off balance slightly.
Yeah,
strength there from Dickens, the referee having a slight word, but he just shrugged off with the shoulder, with the elbow, just showing Batyrgaziev that if anyone's going to be pushing anyone around, it's going to be him.
Yep, as I said, Dickens looks like he has that physical advantage, the size. He certainly looks much better and bigger than Batyrgaziev, and stronger as well, and that was a nice little shot over the top there from Dickens, who's using that physical approach on him at the moment.
He's bringing good heat here, Dickens. That was a good solid jab again there, and Batyrgaziev, as I said at the start, he is not backwards in coming forwards. He likes to mix it, but this is turning into not quite a grueler already, but this is the kind of fight that Dickens wants. That's what he said in the build-up to this. You can't always listen to what fighters say in the build-up, but he is looking to bring the pressure and turn this into a hard fight, up close and personal.
Yep, Batyrgaziev is pushing forward here, but there's no real thought process around what he's doing. His hands are held high, he's working the body, going to the head, but he's sitting in the pocket, getting too greedy, and allowing Dickens to get off with a more eye-catching, effective shots.
Again, another good stiff jab there from Dickens. Batyrgaziev looks to try and work the body, but he just looks like the boss in there at the minute, Dickens. He's the one who's manoeuvring Batyrgaziev around rather than the other way around. The Russian, though, just looking for a big left hand over the top, didn't land it, and Dickens gets a flurry away, a nod between the two rounds down. Tyson Fury looking on.
Yep, he'll be enjoying this one. Tyson Fury, Jazza Dickens, for me, taking those first 2 rounds. Batyrgaziev needs to do something a little different, needs to put a little bit more venom in his punches, if you like. He's throwing the shots. There's no real thought process around what he's doing. He's not moving off the shots either. He's sitting in the pocket, for me, a little too long. And for an Olympic champion, you know, his boxing IQ will be quite high because you don't just go and get given Olympic titles. There's more to it than just a bit of pressure. So for an Olympic champion, you'd expect a little bit more from him. Jazza Dickens, great start from him. You know, he matched him punch for punch. Body shots were good, the little shots on the inside as well, and even towards the end there, Batyrgaziev, he tried to pick it up, but Dickens went with him.
So into the third, the bell goes, and Dickens immediately just trying to get off with that right hand. Again, that kind of distance where Dickens is looking to get forehead to forehead onto the shoulder as well and work up close, that is going to suit him more. He's nice and compact, he gets nice and low. Batyrgaziev trying to use those sharp hands on the inside, but for somebody who's got that lean, angular frame and those long arms, he doesn't really use that reach.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is Dickens' fight, isn't it? He's the guy that's trying to force this. He's the guy that's trying to get Batyrgaziev to sit in the pocket and punch with him, because that's where he feels more comfortable. He feels physically the stronger of the two, hence why he's pushing Batyrgaziev back, and he landed a good left hook there as well.
And there was a right hand just before that just moved Batyrgaziev.
Sorry, the right hand.
Left hand into the body there from Batyrgaziev, bang on the belt line. And as we were saying at the start, in terms of their professional records, Dickens is a lot more experienced. It's just whether he's now got to that point where, rather than being seasoned, he's a little bit shot-worn. But that win against Zelfa Barrett would suggest otherwise. Batyrgaziev has just had the 12 pro contest. This is scheduled for 12. When it comes to going down the stretch, Dickens is a lot more experienced.
Yep.
Early days here, though. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
It is early days, but you can only go by your last performance. Coming off your last performance, you're only as good as your last performance. And Jazza Dickens put in one of his career best performances to beat Zelfa Barrett last time out, would suggest that he's still got a lot in the tank. And from what we're seeing here against the Olympic champion, you know, he's doing really well here, and he's on a really good run. Left hook just went in, right hook went in as well. Impressive stuff, this.
Into the final minutes of round 3, and Dickens is making Batyrgaziev work very, very hard here. Batyrgaziev looking to try and reply, try and dig those body shots in. But the shape on Dickens is what's really working for him. He's nice and tight and compact. He's moving that upper body, not extravagantly, but he's moving it enough. And then just managing to get on top of Batyrgaziev.
Batyrgaziev is just fighting the wrong fight at the moment. He's sitting there with Jazza Dickens, who wants him there. He's trying to call him in there. He's using the physical advantages, and it's coming out on top here.
Good jab there from Batyrgaziev, that landed, and just finds a little bit more room for himself, and then Dickens closes that gap and throws that left hand. There's a cut in there, I think. That's maybe been opened up by that left hand from Dickens. I can see some blood on Dickens' shoulder as the two go forehead to forehead. Just seeing if I can get a look at either one of these two in the corner and see where that blood has come from.
Let's see if we can see it in slow motion there. Both guys trading blow for blow. Was that it? Was that where the damage was inflicted? I mean, they were both having their successes in that round. Batyrgaziev, for me, was the one that was on the back foot. Dickens was the stronger of the two, and maybe just stealing that round as well, Andy. I think that the physical advantages here are playing into Dickens' hands, because They're both fighting a similar fight, but Dickens looks the bigger and stronger of the two.
Well, the blood, I think, may be coming out of the end of the nose of Jazza Dickens. They've just got a Q-tip up the right nostril there, just soaking up that blood. I think there's a slight bit of scuffing on the forehead there of Batyrgaziev, but nothing too serious. As we head out for the start of round 4, Batyrgaziev just bouncing on the balls of his feet there, looking to get that foot movement going, trying to start this round a little bit quicker, a little bit snappier. The crowd trying to get behind him as well.
Good movement there from Jazza Dickens defensively. Good, just turning side on, slipping the shots, not under any pressure, using that shoulder roll there, and you see the little smirk on his face as well. He's in a comfortable space right now, Dickens. Batyrgaziev, he's a guy that needs to change things around, gets caught with a big right hook there as well.
Batyrgaziev in this round, though, just keeping things at slightly better distance. This will suit him a little bit more. He doesn't want to be right up close. That left hand just ricocheted through off the guard, and this is more his kind of a fight now, I would say. Dickens not in any particular discomfort, but where Batyrgaziev doesn't need to be is where he's been for the majority of that first 3 rounds, because when they're really tight on the inside, it's Dickens who does get the better of it. I think a bit of blood coming out of the nose of Batyrgaziev as well.
Yep, both starting to show the signs of war in there right now with these two. They've started a frantic pace. Dickens has had his moments, and you're right in what you say there. The changing of the distance.
Good left hand there from Dickens, solid left hand.
Oh, he's got him here.
And Batyrgaziev is all over the place here, and down he goes. The first punch did the damage. He somehow managed to stay up, and as he does, he is sprung straight back up to his feet. He would have been better going to a knee there, taking the 8 and really trying to compose himself, but he's sprung straight back up. Over a minute remaining in round 4, and Dickens will look to put the pressure on now. Another heavy left hand lands. Batyrgaziev needs to just try and get through this if he can. Dickens winging and missing with the right hand, and just letting those hands go. The legs look very unsteady here for Batyrgaziev as he backs into the ropes. He's 1 punch away here, Jazza Dickens, from putting his man away again and from very possibly winning the fight. Batyrgaziev is just trying to tuck up, but he's on the run here. 40 seconds remaining in the round. Strong, straight left hand from Dickens, and down goes Batyrgaziev again. And the balance has completely gone. They've got the towel in the hand, and they've thrown the towel in. The corner has thrown the towel in, and Jazza Dickens has pulled off an absolutely spectacular away win right from the start of the fight. He had a game plan. He took the centre of that ring. He imposed his game plan, and he put him down hard there, Spencer. There was such a long time remaining in the round. It seemed very unlikely that he would recover. He put him down for the second time, and the corner did the right thing because he had nothing left. What a win.
What a performance there from Jazza Dickens, 34 years of age. Self-apparent last time. This time, Albert Batyrgaziev, the Olympic champion from Tokyo 2020, and he went in there and dismantled him. He fought his fight, sat in the pocket. Batyrgaziev, he fought the wrong fight there. He should never have been inside the way that he was, and Dickens, the execution of that finish was spot on. He landed a lovely right hook. You saw the legs go of Batyrgaziev, and he never allowed him to recover. He used that experience, jumped on him, worked the body, worked the head. The final shots, referee, by the way, done a good job in there, and the corner throwing the towel in as well. Excellent corner work, because sometimes the corner can be too brave. But what a win from Jazza Dickens. Well deserved. WBA Interim Champion, IBA World Champion as well. What a moment, what a night. A long career, hard career, and he's getting his rewards.
Absolutely, absolutely. He got him going, I think, with the right hand, and then he followed it up. You could see the legs do a little dance, and he did well to stay up, Batyrgaziev, but then he got put down, and he sprang straight back up. I've seen him do it before. He would have been better off taking a knee,
just having a look around, composing himself, straight back up, took the mandatory 8, and then Dickens was all over him. He looked like he might be able to ride it out, Batyrgaziev. He cannot fold his heart there. He was just trying to hang in there, but the writing was on the wall. It was an absolutely magnificent performance from Dickens.
He was showing bravery, Batyrgaziev, to try and hang in there, but you knew from that first knockdown it was a heavy one, Andy. When he got up, the legs were gone, and the referee, the stoppage was perfect.
The contest at 2 minutes and 26 seconds of round number 4. Your winner by knockout victory and the new WBA World Interim and IBA Pro Super Featherweight Champion of the World, James Dickens.
Well, this seemed a long way away back in summer 2023 when he got knocked out cold in the 10th round in Dubai, but he's come back since that win against Albert Batyrgaziev. He was out in the away corner that night. He was on the road again tonight, up against it. As I said, Batyrgaziev, a chosen one of IBA boxing, and I think that's a fair comment. An Olympic gold medalist, heavily backed, has shown really good ability, but Dickens was just too much for him. He was too experienced for him. He was too strong for him, and on the night he was too good for him.
Yep, I said it at the beginning of the contest. He looked a weight division above him. You could see the physical advantages that were in the favour of Jazza Dickens, and he delivered. The game plan was right. He went in there. His short game was really good on the inside. The uppercuts. Excuse me, the uppercuts on the inside, the body shots as well, and he was waiting for his time. He was being patient, and the execution was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me, and all glory be to God. 100 fights, world champion, 2 dreams I had in my lifetime, so thank you to all my friends and family. My management team who made it happen. What a night. Thank you, Jesus.
James Jazza Dickens.
Well, he's been a great ambassador for boxing his whole career too, because you see how courageous he is in victory there. He's always been humble and gracious in victory. In defeat, he's taken everything that's come his way in his career with good humour, if you like. He's worked tremendously hard, and as you say, he's now really getting to rewards late in the career, and this is not over. He is back in the game at world level.
Absolutely, it's not over. 34 years of age, 40-fight veteran, and now that he's getting his just rewards. You know, he grafts hard, he puts the time in. There's a lot to his game. Great little southpaw, good punch power, works well on the inside. Like I say, his short game, mid game, long range game as well. He's all spot on, and he's coming into his own. You know, he really is, and I think that we've seen that in those last couple of performances. To beat an Olympic gold medalist in that manner, an undefeated one as well, is very, very impressive. Good luck to Jazza Dickens.